Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Cornwall Park, and as we see the boys there shaking hands and about to probably give a big shout out to their supporters, I joined with Gordy Gibbons, ARL Director, and Gordy, football, let's talk about that and the match that's just played, mate. First thoughts?
Well, it never ceases to amaze me the amount of talent that we have coming through the Auckland system, and all credit to both Auckland, to both North and South. The standard of football is unbelievable across all the grades, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Auckland had won the first two games in in this grade, in the 16s.
North or South? It's all Auckland.
Yep. I'm sorry. North had won the.
So in the first game, North jumped out on the hop,
Right.
and South jumped out on the hop,
South,
and North came back at the very end. So
Well,
even though you get a couple of I suppose 2 or 3 tries up, it's not over until the final whistle, eh? So
Well, that's exactly right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, this North's team, by crikey, they certainly dropped their guard in this game, and South's had the opportunity. But there's some standout players in that South team. Without it, Tui Piloto for me, number 17, absolutely outstanding for a big man. The skill, the offloading, the step, unbelievable. And I see Brian Smith from the Vodafone Warriors here, and no doubt he's got a book with the number 17 and Tui Piloto beside it in capital letters.
Well, that's exciting, for grassroots football at this sort of level, for the guys to come down and compete and play. And outside of this match, the rest of the series that's gone off, you managed to catch any other games as well?
Yes, I was here in the first week, and by crikey, the amount of people that turned up, and I think this is going to go down to the wire for the regional shield. I think it's pretty close, and it could be all on the next game.
I think we've got Corey in the background out there and just trying to crunch some numbers
just
now.
Crunching some numbers,
getting that through from the football development team.
So great concept, obviously supported by the Rugby League Development Foundation, and to have this here at the end of the season and giving all these kids the opportunity to play on a bigger stage is absolutely fantastic for them, for their parents too, to be fair, and of course coaching staff, training staff, managers. It gives them all the opportunity to try at a higher level, and these kids are loving it. And we were just making comment before about the camaraderie that they're showing, and the sportsmanship that they're all showing while they're playing. So all credit to everybody involved. I think it's been a great series, and long may it continue. And especially with the opportunity for these kids. As I say, Brian Smith here from the Vodafone Warriors, and no doubt there'll be other NRL franchises here keeping an eye out as well.
The other big bonus for these guys too, at this grade, the game we just watched, is they get to have an opportunity to be selected for Auckland, the magnificent white and blue jersey, and bringing that back with a lot of pride to play Auckland Niue. And we managed to catch up with Phil Tasmania, who's got a lot of work, going in the background with the Auckland Niue side. And, they're viewing this as a test match for their boys, and they're really looking forward, to come down and have the big clash. So another opportunity for these guys to, have another rep level to come and play.
Well, absolutely. And you mentioned the blue and white of Auckland and the proud history that the blue and white jersey has had over many, many years. And it is great to see the blue and white jersey. Sadly, it's diminished over the last few years with the advent of the zone structure with Counties Manukau and of course, Akarana now being the Auckland representative teams. So to see the Auckland jersey back is a very proud moment for everybody that's involved with the game within the Auckland region and playing against Niue. And I'm absolutely sure that the teams that are selected from this competition will be playing it as such as well. So we're all looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
We're all looking forward to that.
And Corey and I have been pretty fortunate, as you know, with the live streaming that we do with the ARL. One of the big games for us, and what's a big moment, was Auckland playing Tonga, the Tongan residents team, earlier this year at Mount Smart number 1. So outside of being at Mount Smart number 1, where the big stage is, our numbers for live streaming this year, that Auckland Tonga game, just on the replays alone in the first half now, are north of 20,000.
Well, I mean, that's all credit to yourselves as well, but that is absolutely amazing, and that just goes to show you the amount of people that are wanting to watch that level of footy, and through the season and watching the players that are involved in stepping up to that next level.
So, footy across now. Let's turn our attention to Sharman. You managed to get in front of any Sharman Cup games this season?
Mate, I've been to quite a few Sharman Cup games this season and absolutely enjoyed it. And for Bay Roskill to go all of 2018 without a loss.
Yeah.
I mean, they refer to them as the God Squad, but they certainly show no mercy when they're on the field. And it's great to see, you know, the likes of Jerome Ropati coming out of retirement and Ben Henry, of course. They led that side. They led that side with their skill. A lot of it was just catch and pass and kick from the pair of them, because they are getting on a bit, and they retired through injury. But it's great to see, you know, those guys and giving back. And I must mention too, having Brent Webb here coaching the Akarana 18s to have these guys coming back. So on the Sharman Cup, and of course, if I may just Troy, to lead in to the new concept for 2019, where the Foxes change, where teams now, or 4 teams, will get the opportunity from the Sharman to show their wares and break into that top tier. And of course, that now stays at a 12-team comp for 2019, with both the finalists coming up from 2018 to have a shot at playing at the Fox for 2019. So yeah, wonderful concept that's been initiated by the development team at Auckland Rugby League, and I think Andy Hay took a long look at what the English Premiership did in the Super League, and that's where this has come from. I'm still getting my head around it, but I totally agree with the concept. It gives everybody the opportunity to, because as we know in the past, we have one team up, one team down, and more often than not, the team that comes up goes directly back down in their second year. So this gives them the opportunity to have a shot at the big time, you know, and really cement their place in the Fox Memorial. And it's all about making sure that we continue to increase the level right across the board, right across through Fox through to Sharman, whereas in the past, the Sharman has been quite a big difference.
Yeah, the step up from the one up, one down just makes it really difficult. And there's only been a couple of teams, you know, over the last decade that have managed to go up and maintain staying up.
And stay up. Well, of course, then we can look at the Otahu Leopards, who the first time in their very glorious history dropped out of the Fox, and they're now back in there, and they'll be doing everything within their power. Of course, they cemented their spot for 2019 anyway. But yeah, you're right, and it's you know, it's the teams like Richmond, who you know, so they've done it as well, and it's great to see them, because especially how they've got their academy at the club there. They so look after their juniors, and that's all about maintaining that level at the top. And then see now too, it gives the opportunity for Manarewa, who was such a strong force 4, 5, 6 years ago when they won the Fox, and then they dropped basically directly out of it after winning the Sharman, then winning the Fox, and then dropping directly out of it. To see teams like that, which is probably arguably the biggest club in New Zealand, to give them the opportunity to stay at that level is fantastic.
Well, Gordy, as the teams start to roll on to the park right now, something that I know is very dear to your heart, just to wrap this up and to get a big holy moly out of you, Warriors. Let's talk their season, well, and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. How proud are we?
Well, we are certainly after the Daily M's the other night, and Roger being named the best player in the game is a very, very proud moment, for not just for him and his family, but for all of us involved in the game, and particularly the big family at the Vodafone Warriors. And then, of course, having Fuss get the top try scorer of the year, and Jazz Tavaga, who has just re-signed with the club on a 1-year deal with the right to renew in 2020, to see him pick up the interchange player of the year is absolutely fantastic as well. And look, I know that we have had a good year, no two ways about it, comparative to 2017, when we finished the year on 9 straight losses, and we look at what we've done this year. We got into the 8. Look, I was very disappointed, as we all are, that we got defeated in that first round of the final series in Sydney, and I think that we played poorly. I think we played poorly in the second half, and it's about that consistency, and once we get that right, we'll be coming on as the boys just start ready to get to kick off in this game. Tomorrow's grand final, look, I think it's going to be a wonderful grand final. A lot of controversy around it, especially with the Billy Slater no shoulder charge tackle. Cooper Cronk with the crook wing, the chook wing. He's crook. There you go. A pun from Gordy. A pun from Gordy.
Come on,
a pun from Gordy. A pun from Gordy. I've got to say that the game tomorrow is shaping it as being one of the best. I am going to go with the Roosters, because I think they have better all-round commitment across the park. Roosters by 4. Been great talking to you.
Thanks, Gordy, and have a breather. Now we're going to hand over to Corey Rosser, and the team list has been and gone. Always fantastic to be able to catch up with Gordy, and I'm looking forward to seeing him again over the next 2019 season. Corey's been out in the background furiously crunching numbers together, and they're kicking off out here as he now joins us to sit down, and we're up and running.
Not a second to spare, and we're back into it. And what a massive game this is going to be, and it's been made all the bigger really by the fact that there is one game separating the two regions as we approach this. So North have the 1-win lead as it stands, so potentially this game is for the series. There are games going on behind us as well, and at halftime we will endeavour to bring you some updates from there, but it's all on the line here, and really you could not ask for more from an entertainment point of view. This is South on the ball initially, and now they work it out to this left edge now, and will get an early chance, but it's called back by referee Jamie Wall, and the scrum now will pack down with North to have the feed.
She was a quick, fast start. Boys getting ready now to pack in.
So a bit of the background on this series. Last week they couldn't be split. It was an 18-all draw, North missing a field goal right on the siren to potentially win that one. And in game one it was a last-minute try and conversion. It saw South go down 32-30. So for North, a draw, it will be enough to secure the title, but from an overall regional point of view, they need that win. So North now shifted out to the left. This is Mikitira Matao. Now lining up for a carry is Big Latu. Dummy half is Ratana. And he will jump out now. He's got a bit of zip about him, Ratana. He'll go very close. Referee Wall right on top of it. And in the best position to say held up. So back out we go.
That was super close.
We start on the 10 here, Ratana. He's got some big bodies set either side of him.
Wow.
And almost a breakdown at the play of the ball. Lucky to get out of that one. Latu now gets taken the ground, and really that was an unfortunate way for that set to finish for North. It all looked pretty good, but the communication just lacking at the end there, and as a result South survived that one, and now we'll work it off their own line. Been a really good day of footy down here today, Troy. We've seen a couple of really good contests on this field, and I know over the back obviously things going very well as well, and very evenly matched, evident by the fact that we've just got the one win separating them. After all these games, at the conclusion of the series, there will have been 18 matches played over 3 weeks.
Yeah, been a massive effort by the coaching development team. TJ, Vigo, young Mary, Sam, and of course David, who's just tireless in his efforts around the park. I'm getting the program delivered. Just outstanding work, guys.
So ball put down there by Taniela Mapusua-Lataki that time. And both teams we're just looking a little bit nervous, aren't they? Probably given what's gone on over the first couple of weeks. And I know for...
Yeah, and they'd probably be buying into the hype as well, because it's been a very, very close series.
So scrum is fed now. It is North on the ball. This is Bert Pickering, who shifts play on and then links with his partner, Tia. And now they go down the left edge, and North will go very close here. This is via the fullback, Fine Situ.
Good tackle to finish him off, though.
They get to the play of the ball now, and this brings Tia into the play. He links with his centre, Eddie Sevi. 10 out from the line, looking for first points. 4 minutes gone here. Here's Big Latu. Lines it up and quickly gets put to ground. Swings out the back, a little bit messy. Takarai Nielsen, the man to clean it up, and then comes back to the middle where Alofa Fortu will straighten things up. Tackle still up their sleeve here, North. They miss out Latu this time. Instead go out the back to Takarai Nielsen. Sliding across and hanging on for dear life was Mapusua-Lataki. Comes back to the middle now. A little bit of footwork. They work it down the left-hand side. In fact, it's going to be a try in the right corner.
Let's have a look at the replay.
Brilliant finish here.
Little bunny hop into the corner. We see it here, waiting for the quick play the ball. And, we're at 6s and 7s with the replay.
Yeah.
Can we catch it? There it is, a little wee hop in.
That's just a brilliant finish, and it's Josiah Takarai-Nielsen who's finished it. We do apologise for the technical issues, ladies and gentlemen, which perhaps stole a little bit of the moment of what was the really cool play there. But that's the way it goes. But it is North on the board first, and it is a top-class finish from the loose forward, Takarai-Nielsen. So kick to come.
You can see a couple of games there going off in the background as well. So it's all coming down to this, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to the series hanging in the balance.
Tia pushes that one behind, and it will remain, when my scoreboard man pays attention and adds it, 4-0 to North.
And scoreboard is achieved. And kick was away, and we all have a score check. Righto.
Wait for the kicking tee to return to the field. So evenly matched over the first 2 weeks, these two teams. It's going to be restarted off the boot of Salesi Fokiti, another of the Manyarewa connection in this team. He had a brilliant game in the grand final just a few weeks ago. North now get back into their work. Takarai-Nielsen plays short and at the line. Takes a couple of defenders with him as well. Down the left they come. Careful to stay in the field of play here. Does well to remain in.
They found a little bit of space over there too when they've gone to that side, haven't they?
Here's Takarai-Nielsen, the try scorer from a few minutes ago. Jumping out of dummy half. Look at the wheels on this guy. Straight into it was Ratana. Hurt Pickering shuffles play on. They get to the kick. It's a fortuitous bounce for Tamaliao. And he will return it back in. So really entertaining start to this one here at Cornwall Park. The last of our live stream games here in the Region of Origin series. And a pleasure to bring you the games over the last few weeks. Big shout out to our fan base down in the mighty Waikato. Understand Mum's watching down there, probably at Austin's Bar and Bistro. Big shout out to the crew down there. Big fans of the Auckland Rugby League as well.
Big fans of Troy too, I'm told, so it's free jugs for everybody in the bar.
So they look high on the kick, and it will take a nice little bounce there for Fine Situ, who looks up, puts a little goose step on, and they're going to go wide early. Perhaps wisely stepped back in field that time. Alofa Fotu.
They've slowed to play the ball down here in the ruck. Here we go.
Ratana links up with Latuila, one of his wingers, coming in looking for a little bit of work. Hurt Pickering links with his back rower, Mihi Nui.
Nicely cleaned up over the top.
Takarai-Nielsen shuffles it on into a little gap here now, and they are starting to open up all over the field.
Yeah, they look dangerous on that left edge.
Kick is dinked in behind now. And again, bounces nicely for Tamaliao. So South now working it out from inside their own 20. This is the 14, Elijah Ikopo. They move the ball earlier. It's been a theme of this game so far. Ball comes out, it's messy. I don't think there's a knock on so far, and play on is the call as well from referee Wall.
Pete must have just danced around that ball. Oh,
Physical defense that time. It's driven by Alofa Fortu. South struggling for yardage on this set, which hasn't necessarily been the case throughout the first 10 minutes. This is the front row, Patilo Lumeki, who has taken the ground. They get the penalty here as well.
Look for a kick for touch. Corey's mum's just texted me and said, whatever, Troy. So whatever you want, folks, down there. You don't necessarily have to have a beer. You can have a green tea, have a free burger, fill your boots.
So the ball put into touch from South, who probably just need to steady themselves a little bit here. The emotion of that first 10 minutes has been fairly evident now. This is Mapusua Lotaki, who's had some classy touches early on. Dominic Lamb is the dummy half. He jumps out,
top,
but
yeah.
he gets monstered right on halfway. Doing the damage was Mihi Nui.
Nice little short ball here. Oh, he's dropped it.
Strip the call. So Lipale perhaps gets away with one there, the Papatoitoi Panther. Really like the look of this kid, Salisi Foketi. He's got the
Wonky kick for touch.
C next to his name, and his club form has been really, really impressive this year. So he comes from a rugby league family and in good hands there at that Manurewa club, who featured in more than their fair share of junior grand finals this year, as well as the Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup grand final, of course. Went down to Bay Roskill in that one in the end, but back in the Fox for next year. Things looking very, very good for the Manurewa club as they clear the ruck now, and this is for Keti, who plays nicely at the line.
Looked like he was going to go to backdoor and he just handed it off from a flat pass.
Now they come out to this left-hand side. The chase is pretty good from South, and they'll pin them 2 meters out from the line. Plenty of ball movement early on in this one. Certainly not a middle-dominated game through these opening exchanges as Fine Situ.
Yeah, I think both games that they've played so far in the series have, played out that way. They certainly shift the ball around. They've all got speed across the park. And, that north-left edge is looking pretty dangerous.
So a reminder, one win separates the two regions in the overall count. We'll bring you another update at halftime if we can. But it is North who have the one-win lead right now. This time they're forced to kick from deep inside their own territory, and that is a really good kick as well. That's brilliant. Backs against the wall to get your team out of trouble there with long kick downfield like that. Shows good game awareness from the youngster, Troy.
Yeah, absolutely. It was well executed. Certainly carved off a few metres there. As North march upfield.
A shout out to our man who's got the whistle today, Jamie Wall. He's been involved with rugby league for a long time, played for the Ponsonby Ponies. He's also a sports writer and travels around with the All Blacks and does a bit of stuff with the Warriors as well. Some stuff with the New South Wales Rugby League this year as well. So awesome to see Jamie giving back to the local game. I know he's reffed a number of younger age groups through the club season as well. So Lamb jumps out of dummy half and then links up with Sia.
Just puts it in gear and goes, he's offloaded.
Sia offload away as well, and now they're rolling down the middle of the park. Here's Lemeki. He links up, nice little series of offloads. South now playing some really good footy, but North do well to scramble. 10 out from the line. Lamb rushes the dummy half. They dart now via the wing. This is Salesi Pilu.
They did well to hold him out there.
And this should be a try here. That? Dominic Lamb jumps out of dummy half, barely lifts the ball off the deck and hits back to tie things up. The replay will make for interesting viewing here. See, it was a good little dart initially from Piliu. And then from here, just watch the work of Lamb. He knows there's no marker on that side of the field. He's still on the deck. Yeah, clever play. So South now tie things up. Kick to come from right up against the sideline. It's going to be the fullback, TJ Lelua Tamiliao, to attempt the conversion. He's taken this one back to about 25 out, right up against the touchline. And it will be low and to the left. The score will remain North 4, South 4. 15.5 minutes gone here at the Region of Origin Series, brought to you by the Rugby League Development Foundation, delivered by the Auckland Rugby League Coaching and Development Department. So Waikari Ratana to get us back underway. We play 25-minute halves in this one. So inside the final 10 of the first stanza. And well, really, Troy, it's probably exactly what we expected given the form guide.
Have a look at the scoreboard.
So South bump the ball forward here, a little push it to play the ball from Dominic Lamb, the try scorer from earlier. This is Sia. Comes back to the middle with Lemeki, who is an absolute beast in the engine room. But a look across the park, the south side have got some size. Look at their halfback, Fokiti.
Yeah, it's
He's just about as big as his front row is now. Nice little bit of offload there, and Sia gets to it. Dominic Lamb just ducks out of one, ducks out of two. He's one of the smaller men on the field, but has caused plenty of issues so far in this one.
Oh,
good
strong
bumping carry forward there.
Low center of gravity, this one.
Robertson, Lipale, Lamb, Sia, kicks high. On hand to take it is
Oh,
Fine
great tackle.
Sietu. The chase is very good as well.
Yeah, ref says play on.
Involved in the tackle is Mapusuela Taki. Now Ratana clears the bottom of dummy half. This is his back rower, Mihinui. Swing it out the back, and they get to their kick off the boot of Cassius Tia.
Well taken.
Finds them on the full, but the chase is very good as well. I just feel like the intensity's probably stepped up a little bit in the last few minutes in this one. Nice little bit of second phase here as well.
Forcing it now.
Back-to-back offloads, and you're right, they just need to temper things a little bit. Only 18 minutes into the game here, and certainly do not want to be giving possession away at that particular end of the field. Tackled right on halfway is Piliu. Sia to Foketi. Up out of the line. That is a brilliant read from the centre, Alofa Fotu, to turn possession over. And so now it is North who will go back on the attack. We locked it 4-4, having drawn 18 all last out. North now will get a penalty. Tia will tap, and he'll hand it off to big Kalis Latu. Very strong in his work early on, his big Latu. Ratana at dummy half. Hurt Pickering. On the right side they come. This is Alofa Fotu, who will go close.
Well, he's gone closer than close.
He will go all the way for a try. There it is. Referee points to the spot. And Trey Alofa Fotu just powers his way over. A nicely constructed set from North. Let's take a look now in the Region of Origin replay. Denzel Hurt Pickering takes the ball to the line and then shuffles it on. And then from there, it's just the power. Keeps the legs driving, does Alofa Fotu. Gets through one, gets through two. And finishes up over the top to give North the lead once again. Tia to attempt this conversion. hits it and okay off the boot, but just sort of drifts away at the end to the left. So the score will remain North 8, South 4, and what could well be a vital game in the overall finishing order here in what is the inaugural Region of Origin series. So Focchetti preparing to get us back underway. It's taken and then handed off, and there to return it is big Marcus Nicholas. Takes it straight back into the heart. 4 minutes to go here in the first half at Cornwall Park. Lining up for a carry now is Fine Siutu. Still going, driving those
Good run.
legs, and
Good run,
Focchetti
he's
comes
bounced
in and
out.
tries to bump him down. They're still going here now, and in the end, where's a big shot over the top, and it's dished out by Lipale.
Oh, they're going in.
And now they're going to counter-attack, so end-to-end stuff literally here at Cornwall Park.
Looking for a runner.
Dominic Lamb has taken the ground. AJ Sear, the dummy half now. He's got some big bodies to his left. Instead he'll go to the right and find his fellow playmaker, who then links with Philly Moy.
Look like going to move it left.
Data the dummy half from Piliu, who's looked damaging when he's run the ball, this guy. Really quick first couple of steps. Make all the difference. Dominic Lamb clears the ruck. Once again links with that back rower, Philly Moy. The Papatoi Panther.
Mate, they're all lined up out here on this left edge.
Focchetti, options to play with now. He'll take the ball to the line. He's big, he's strong. He's just short on this occasion.
Last one.
Lipale clears it, finds Lemeki. Lemeki, straight, hard, try. Lemeki, too easy in the end. Puts the ball under the wing and finishes nicely. Take a look now in the Region of Origin replay. Went very close the first time. And really, Troy, just unfair to have a man that size lurking out there on the edges.
Just put gear and straight. Put it in gear and straight in. There's a lot going on here at the moment, right? As we wait for the replay to complete. Zooming in on that, it's like it's magnifying, a little bit blurry. But good to see. Kick still live.
So to take the lead here for South, which would be their first lead of the game. Strikes it. It's good, and South are in front. 10 points to 8, they lead with about a minute to go in the first half. What a brilliant game to finish on. Here it's had a bit of everything so far. Nice open rugby league though. Certainly not lacking for physicality in the middle of the park either. So South. Fresh off points, looking to finish the half on a high. This is the 14 Iakopo. Sia. Back to the inside, Lipale winds it up. Lipale beats one. He was looking for an offload. There was no one near him. Perhaps luckily for North. Dominic Lamb rushes to dummy half. We've only got one more play left in this one perhaps. Focchetti to the line. And he will be tackled on the footy. So it is South who lead 10 points to 8 over North in the under 14 open clash here at Cornwall Park. We'll take a very short break before we resume with the second half here in the 2018 Regional of Origin Series.